Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome to should you upgrade, should you get Windows 10? Windows 10 is, of course, the latest operating system release from Microsoft to replace Windows 8.1, and a lot of people are upgrading. It's free to upgrade for a year, so that's another 10 months or odd from now. And the upgrades process is meant to be very smooth, and I haven't heard of too many people really having issues at all. So on paper it seems like a very good product, and as everyone from Windows 7 and up gets it free, it seems like an obvious upgrade. But should you do it, and what is Windows 10 like? Well, let's start by saying that the upgrade for me was incredibly smooth and easy. My 80-year-old granddad actually did it before I did, believe it or not. He is older than 80 as well. It's literally just click the button in the tray, and then pretty much it takes you step by step and gets it all installed, does a few restarts, bang, you're in Windows 10, no problem. Now, once you get into Windows 10, you'll notice the theme should go very dark, like mine is here. You can change this, you can have it so it sort of matches your desktop background, I believe, but as I've got a dark background, it might have already done that, or I might need to enable it, not entirely sure. The main thing really that has got people talking is the start menu, and you can see here it looks very different to what we're used to. It's sort of like a mixture between Windows 8.1 and Windows 7. So we've got these live tiles here that sort of change. Cortana will tell you stuff that it thinks relevant to you. It can tell you what music you've got playing, gives you the news, gives you stocks, things like that. And because they're live tiles, they will actually change, and you can resize, if you want, the Windows menu. So if you want it bigger or smaller, you can do that. You can have things saved to the start menu. So if I want Spotify, well, I could do that. I need to pin to start. That's the one. And then you can see that pops up there. I can give it a new group, or I can put it in that group. You see, so that goes in coding, but it's not going in coding because it's nothing to do with coding. There you go. And then you can name that anything you want. So this, I haven't really touched it, as you can probably tell. I don't really tend to use the start menu that much. It's got a few useful things though. I like the fact that it gives you your most used apps here, even though Asus Welcome, I can assure you, is not most used, and I've never used it. It opened up as soon as I upgraded. But other than that, it's pretty accurate. It gets everything really that I use from time to time, but it hasn't picked up any of the games. It's not a big deal for me at all, because that's not how I launch games, but it might be something to bear in mind. You can see here, if we click on all apps, we get our traditional Windows start menu. But if we want to launch something, I would always just press Windows and then start typing anyway. So if I want to open what's anything, Grand Theft Auto, whoops, there you go, that would launch. Easy as that, simple. But if you want to get Cortana to do it, then if you have a microphone plugged in, you can have this as always on, or you can just leave it like I do and only do it when you press the start menu or click on the little Cortana button. Open Foobar 2000.
Okay, starting Foobar 2000.
And Foobar 2000 will open. There we go. And there's all my glorious music, starting with Aha. Now, I suppose, well, actually, while we're on the topic of music, I could mention that the native music app, which is called Groove, there is Groove Music. It tells you it's a trusted Windows Store app. So if it's not a trusted Windows Store app, it will just say Windows Store app, or it wouldn't say anything at all, I believe. And then you can see it gets all your music that's on SkyDrive and on your PC, adds them here, and it's a pretty uninspired app, to be honest. It's pretty easy to use if you're on a tablet, and it's pretty easy to use. It has one sole purpose, play music, and it does this well. You can also cast it to a device. If you have something like a TV or something that uses DNLA, you can stream that to your TV. It might not just be DNLA, it might be something more than that, so don't quote me on that. But the point is you can stream stuff through this app, and it's nice to see native FLAC support as well. I'm not entirely sure about ALAX, but if you have any FLACs, then you can just play them natively through the app, which is quite nice, and it's a good step towards getting FLACs to the mainstream. Talking a bit more about Cortana though, she's quite a useful assistant. She's not going to set your world on fire, but if you tell me how much it would cost to spend, that's a terrible. It's picking that all up. Let's just try that again. How much is £250 in US dollars?
£250 sterling equals $382.76 US.
That's what I meant to say, not the first thing. So things like that is very useful. So for calculations or something like that, and it's going to depend on the quality of your mic, how well she picks it up. But I haven't had too many issues, but I haven't really tried using her that much, to be perfectly honest. Maybe I'm just set in my ways. Maybe I just don't need a digital assistant. If you have a Windows phone, then of course your reminders will go through to your phone. But you can do similar sort of stuff with Google now. And if you have, or Siri if you have an iPhone, so depending on the platform, maybe you're best off using your platform specific one if you want reminders and stuff to your phone. But that's entirely up to you. So moving on, you also have the Action Center. And now the Action Center, I pressed Windows A to get that up. That tells me that I need to do some security and maintenance. So click here to enter your most recent account details with Microsoft, because they want my account details. That just keeps you secure, make sure it's you, stuff like that. Reconnect my drive. My file history drive was disconnected, so I need to reconnect that. And then you've also got updates that were installed, and it tells you things like this. It's Action Center. It's stuff where you need to take action, but it's also like a notification center. So it's almost, think like the Charms menu. That is sort of how it works. Now, you also have location services. You can turn that on or off here. This is all nice and easy to use if you're on a tablet, and you can see there it says tablet mode. If you actually have something like a Surface and you take away the keyboard, then they will automatically go into tablet mode. Now, tablet mode makes it very tablet-like. So you can see I don't have a touchscreen, I don't know why I'm trying to do that. But then everything becomes very big, easy to use, and very touch-friendly. And I'm actually looking forward to trying this out on a tablet to see how much better it is than it was before, but I'm on a desktop computer, so let's get rid of that. And the whole point is this is seamless as well if you are using something like a Surface. Quiet hours will stop giving you notifications and things like that. I probably turns the volume down, stuff like that. Pretty self-explanatory. VPN, pretty self-explanatory. Connect to a VPN. Connect if you want to search for a wireless display or wireless audio device, you can cast to it. You can take notes, and then you can go to all your settings, and then here are all your settings. They're quite easy to use. System settings, you can see you've got display, advanced display settings. It looks a bit plain. I'm not sure whether I like the overall design, but it's nice and easy to use anyway. And there are some things like default apps that actually I think this is very good. It was hidden away before, but you've got to sort of learn how to do it. So the main one here is choose your default web browser. That's how you change that. I like the new storage things as well. It's nice and in-depth. It will show you where all your stuff gets saved to. So again, this could all sort of be configured in Windows 7 and 8, but it's a lot easier to do at the moment. But you can also see what takes up a load of space on each hard drive, and I love this. Mainly because if you look on my gaming SSD, then it tells me what games I need to delete first in order to get the maximum amount of storage. Understandably, it does take a while because it's quite full. It was quicker than this last time I tested it, but the point is, if you do want to sort of free up some space on your hard drive, this makes it very easy to do that. So you can see I've got system reserved. System? What's that? Well, this is a gaming SSD, so something about that. Really? I wonder what's installed on there. Well, I need to look into that. But if you go to apps and games, you can see all the installed apps. So I've got Battlefield Hardline, Mad Max, review coming soon. And you can see I've got all this stuff here. Anyway, so that's pretty cool. And I like that feature a lot. And it actually is going to save me a fair amount of time. So I like that a lot. But all the settings are pretty easy to use anyway, nonetheless. And I think it's what's sort of a nice feature about Windows 10. If you go into the task manager, it's not too dissimilar, to be honest, than it was in Windows 8.1. Windows 8.1 was very, very good and was much better than the Windows 7 one. So if you are upgrading from 7, you're going to get the benefits of being able to easily see everything that is going on. So CPU usage at the moment is at 1%. Memory is at 3.4 gig. I really need to get more RAM, need to do that. And then you can set things like startup apps, things like that. Pretty easy to use anyway, not any different really than Windows 8.1, but nonetheless, it's pretty damn good. So if you don't have Windows 8.1, you're going to get those benefits. Windows Explorer, hasn't changed too much. It starts at this quick access, which I almost don't like, to be honest, just because I'm so used to seeing that screen. So whenever I press Windows and E and go to Explorer, I expect this screen, but I don't get it. Might be able to change that, but I haven't really tried, been trying to get used to it. So all your most used stuff again is here. Again, this is rubbish. Look, there's nothing in there. There's one logo in there for our photography thing. Don't get me started on that. I'll put one thing in there. It's not a frequent folder. Don't tell me it's a frequent folder, because it's not. Run over. Everything else, actually, I use all the time. Always listen to music. Always going in screenshots. Always going in thumbnails for YouTube. Working on website at the moment. Blah, blah, blah. Accurate, apart from this one. Not accurate at all. But if you do go into this PC and then you do go into gaming SSD, it looks pretty familiar. There's not too much different here. You can see where I failed at installing GTA 5 and it didn't put it in a subfolder. But other than that, everything is here as you expect. There's nothing really that different, to be perfectly honest with you. Not that I can notice anyway. It's mainly just that quick access thing. There might be more changes. You might be screaming at me, no, there's this feature, it's really cool. Leave it in the comment section below. But the point is, I haven't seen it, so chances are you might not either. That's not to say it's not a good feature if it exists. So that's Windows Explorer anyway. The visuals, not too different. They are slightly different. Quick access really is the main thing. Done the settings, done Cortana. Windows 10 applications. I've talked about the music one. If you do want to know more about Windows 10, there's this Get Started app that tells you everything that's new. So maybe you don't need to listen to this video. No, you do. Of course you do. You go to your store, you get everything here, and it's nice and easy to use, and it shows you everything about the apps. The Xbox app is, of course, going to be used for all your games. I haven't actually been there yet, but that's where you're going to download stuff like the new Gears of War, and there's going to be a hub for all things like that, and you can stream from Xbox to your PC, and soon to be the other way around as well. And you can see you've got all of this stuff here. Continuum is what they are calling the sort of tablet mode, auto-enabling. You can do some funny stuff with narrator and ease of access. But if you want some more details, it shows you all that here. Windows Store, just haven't used it. I don't like Windows apps. They do run in your desktop now, which is quite nice. Like you see here, before that would take you away into some horrible place. All your apps are here. Is essentially the same. People were wondering about the sort of continuity between Windows Phone apps and Windows 10 desktop apps. So both of them are Windows 10 apps. The way it works is they all... Oh look, there's a Google reminder. Pay rent. I need to do that. What's the time? I've got 15 minutes. Got 15 minutes. Got to be quick. Got someone coming over doing dinner. Don't want to upset her. Gone off on a tangent there. Windows 10 apps. Yeah. So I don't tend to use them, but if you do want to use them, here they are. Going to be more relevant if you're on a tablet or something like that. I still don't really like it, but games might actually become a bit more useful when we start to see some really big Windows 10 games. Anyway, so that's the store. So it's there if you need it. If there are any changes, I personally wouldn't know about it, and chances are you're probably not going to need to know about it anyway because you won't use it. Windows Mail apparently is good now, but I don't really know too much about that because I use Google Inbox for my mail, or I use Outlook if I'm doing other stuff. The new photo app, I'll show you that. It's not that I don't like it. It's just that it doesn't. There was one image that didn't actually work. That was quite annoying. What'll be? All these images are copyrighted images and probably aren't allowed to show you, which is stupid. So I'll be nice and safe and show you something that I've taken instead. How about that? Just go to favorites folder. Right, so this one loads, and the color accuracy is a lot better than it was in the last app. There were some oddities with the last preview app, but that is there if you upgraded as well. You can see here you've got cast to device. I haven't casted anything to any device yet, but if you want to, it's there. Edit with Notepad++, I'd like to see that. Open with, that's what I wanted. You've got Windows Photo Viewer there before. That's the old app. The new one is like that. So I'm not sure if you still have Windows Photo Viewer or not. If you're doing a clean install, not entirely sure. So that's the Photos app. Anyway, I mean, you're probably not really going to use it. You're just going to use it as the preview app as you did before. Microsoft Edge is the browser, and it's not in my taskbar. Now, it seems a lot faster. Microsoft recommended. How about that? So let's go on youtube.com. And I believe at the time of filming, you can't actually get any add-ons, which is a little bit annoying, which is why I don't have any, because you can't get any. But it seems very quick. I think that's partly because there aren't any add-ons installed, personally. If you look at some tests, it does amazingly well in Microsoft tests, not so well in Google tests, and in third-party tests, it's a little bit behind Google Chrome. But if you want those numbers, and you want, to get those proper numbers, I would go and look for them. But it's very quick anyway. So we search for me. Very easy to use. There I am. And it's pretty quick anyway. I wouldn't say it's necessarily as quick as Chrome, but I haven't had any issues with Edge whatsoever. You can do this weird thing where you can write on the screen, but this is only going to be relevant if you're doing a tablet, and then you can save it, not save it, cut bits out if you want. But most people are just never going to do it, are they? So that's Edge. No, I should show you a bit more than that. But to be honest, it's finally a decent base browser that a lot of people are going to be happy to use. Now, if you want more details, I mean, with this Edge, give me all these details. It's one of the main things about Windows 10. Tell me more. In all honesty, I just don't use it. I mean, I used it for a few sessions and then realized I couldn't have add-ons, and it's really petty add-ons for me, stuff like ultra-wide monitor support for Netflix and stuff like that. So for me, there's just no point until there's add-ons me really trying it. But it does seem nice and smooth. I think most people are probably going to stick with Edge that sort of don't already have any loyalty to Chrome or Firefox. The sort of people that believe Internet Explorer is the internet. I think they're going to be the main benefitors here because it's a nice browser. It's going to get regularly updated like Chrome and Firefox does, and it's going to be a very good start for people. So it's the sort of thing that you should try it for yourself when you get Windows 10 and see if you like it. But personally, I like Chrome because it has all my bookmarks and stuff like that ready to go. It all syncs up with my phone, and I just can't really... Edge would have to be spectacular and better and faster in most ways for me to use it, but it isn't. So, it's a very good browser that's going to give Firefox and Chrome a run for their money. But for me, I just like Chrome. So that's just my personal opinion there. Anyway, so I hope that's not too bad. My phone with my notes has just died, which is just brilliant. So I will have to get my my real professional. Will have to get my my notes back. So I apologise for this. Try Google Keep. Yeah, I want to try web version, please. I thought my my phone was charging and it wasn't. So let's go on to that. Bear with me. All sorts of things and notes in here. So I apologise for this. Where are we? You can see this is how videos get made. Like a nice sort of clear flow. And this should have been brilliant and you would have never known about it. But there we are. Oh yes, that's right. Alt-Tab, aka Task View. So I've got two more things left to talk about. Now, Task View, there's a little icon that I've got rid of that would be down here. But essentially, if you press Windows and Tab, you get this nice little task view here. So it's very Mac-like, and Mac have had it for a while. You can add a new desktop as well, so you can have two desktops that you can cycle between, which is very nice. But you can get apps, and then you can move them around, put them in the different desktop if you want. And it's just a nice, easy way to see everything you've got on screen, rather than just switching between applications. It just makes it actually a bit easier to choose what you want. So I want to very quickly look at GeForce Experience. There we go, done. Easy as that. So nice and easy to use. I like it. That is Windows and Tab, or there was a little button here that you can get rid of if you want. You can snap apps easily between screens, and then you see this view comes up by default. So as if to say, well, you probably want something on your left-hand side of your screen. There you go, nice and easy. So that's probably one of my favorite features about Windows 10. How about performance? That is the last thing in my list. And then I believe we are ready for the conclusion. Boot up speed, probably not too dissimilar to Windows 8.1 in all honesty. It seems a little bit slower to get started, and then it gets quicker than it was before. I haven't noticed a big difference either way. If I timed it, I could give you, second by second analysis, but this is real world analysis. If you want numbers, by all means go somewhere else and they will give you the full numbers. But is it going to affect you in day-to-day life? If you're on Windows 7, yes, because Windows 8 was a lot quicker than Windows 7. If you're on Windows 8 or 8.1, you might not notice a difference, but if you do, it'll probably be for the better, in all honesty. That's my honest opinion. General performance has been slick, but I am running on a GTX 980 i7 SSD-based rig, so probably wouldn't notice too much of a difference if it wasn't. And so that is Windows 10. I like it. It's worth the upgrade. No new notifications. Is it worth it for you? Almost certainly. There is no reason at all that I can think of why you shouldn't do it, unless you're an enterprise, or if for any reason you're running a computer that literally it would be severely damaging for you for it to have any problems at all. Obviously do a backup before you upgrade to be pretty safe. I imagine most people won't do it, but you should do it. I was a bit naughty and I didn't, but that's because I have regular backups anyway. You look at my Action Center, what does it say? It says reconnect your drive. So it proves I do my backups. So this has been my Windows 10 review anyway. From me, casual user that mainly uses it as a gaming PC for video editing and photo editing, it's been completely non-obtrusive, and it has helped my experience just be that little bit better. Would I have paid for it? That's a different question. Yes, because I'm in the industry and I like to get the latest things like that. For the average user, if you're on Windows 8, maybe not. If you're on Windows 7, almost certainly. That has been Windows 10. If you want to know anything more, then @PCcentric on Twitter is going to be by far the best place to ask me, because I get back to you straight away. Otherwise, then I would just say leave a comment below. Give this video a like if you liked it. Dislike it if you disliked it. And for more videos like this, I've got so many. If you want to see it, do you want to see a sneak peek? Sneak peek of things coming up. Right? This is not. Hold on. This is top secret. This is top secret. Videos that are coming soon. There you go. Look, videos to do. There they are. Look. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, stick with the channel. Thank you for watching this Windows 10 video. Let me know if you've upgraded, and for everything else, stay tuned and goodbye. Oh, and probably should say thank you very much for watching.